Preliminary examination is over, and a lot of people are talking about these questions have changed in trend. The questions are lengthy, questions are difficult, and whatnot. I mean, you hear so many videos talking about the same. But the point is, are you one of those people who would go on blaming the system that they have not asked good question, or you go on talking about the people that, hey, this is not right, they should not be asking this kind of question? Or you are one person who would acknowledge the fact, and you would be a person who will take your own ownership, because because a few thousand people are going to pass this examination only. You have a clear choice. You go on complaining about this paper, though I'm not, because we have got so many questions out of our discussions of morning classes that we had with you in the Nitya Parikshan, that we had so many questions coming directly from that, and that so many students have been calling me about it. You have a choice. You can go on complaining about this paper, or you take stock of the thing and then go for mains preparation, because there are tens of thousands of people are going to pass this examination from the same paper. A lot of them are complaining about. So are you with those people who are complaining about it, or with those people who are going to write mains? Choice is very obvious. Choice is very clear. I suppose you have to, from tomorrow morning itself, I would say, change your gear. Change your gear from the passive mode of answering, because here you had the questions, whatever questions, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And then suddenly there will be a clean slate for you. There will be absolutely nothing. You have to curate an answer. So you have to go into the active mode from the passive mode, where you had the questions and the four options were given for you. You had to just pick the right answer. Passively, you were doing that. Answer was in front of you all the time. But here, what I want to tell you is that, are you ready for that or not? To change your gear to the active mode, because here, the fact alone is not going to be enough. If you have collected all the bricks, it doesn't mean that you can make an edifice out of it, make a building out of it. There's a lot that goes from your collection of information to using the information. In fact, to my understanding, if you're passing PT, which I wish that you pass PT this year, and then you would have very little time. When I say very little, I mean very little time to skill yourself. So what I would like you to do is that, get down on the skilling as soon as possible, because that is going to be the differentiator, not the information. A simple question will require a beautiful answer. A nuanced question still requires a beautiful answer. A complex question still requires a beautiful answer. So the art of writing a beautiful answer is what is very important. And I take a lot of pride in saying that I have done this all my life. I have been associated with lots of people, and I am back again to work with you on this. If you are interested in knowing about what goes into writing an answer, because I'm not worried about the nature of question for mains. 90% of the themes of the mains question you already know today. But people get different marks not because of anything, but because they have different skill of interpretation. Interpretation of the question, execution of their answer, and landing of the answer, so to say, as closing. I'm going to organize on 28th and 29th of May at 3 p.m. an open house at Vijayanagar in Delhi, and I would be very happy to interact with you and let you know about the fine points for you to begin your journey of writing beautiful answer. There's a skilling component in it, and I am very keen that you should start working towards that. And then the afternoon that I'm going to spend with you on 28th and 29th of May, I am very definite that's going to be one of the most beautiful two sessions that you would have had towards your mains preparation. The seats will be limited. I'll be very happy if you can book your seat in advance, or you can also get a link by calling the number that you're getting on the screen now. And I would be very happy to guide you on that. But if you're coming in person, I'll be very happy to meet you and then let you know about the basic aspects, how a blank page becomes a beautiful answer with a high grade marks written on that, because it is not something which you would simply go and get great marks by knowing the fact and knowing the information. There's a lot that happens from having the information and curating a beautiful answer. I would love to see you there. Stop complaining about the nature of PT examination. I want you to be amongst those thousands of people who are not complaining, but they are putting their head down and they're already on the track. I want to see you there in that lot. Good night.